Hello, so this is week 5 and day 1. So this is the video if you missed class 5th and 7th period. This is for Tuesday, September 8th. If you missed class for 1st and 3rd period on Thursday, September 10th, this is also the video that summarizes class. Okay, so today we talked about how stress and like our emotions and stuff and how that affects our whole body, not just like our thoughts and our brains. All right, so for those that are in my class and not Mr. Chen's class, my announcement is that I am holding office hours during small groups time, but only by appointment. And so in your science notebook, you're gonna see that I have put a link here for you to sign up for like a 15-minute slot. It'll be on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays and Fridays. So just like, except for Wednesday, you can always come work with me one-on-one on an assignment from 2:30 to 3:15. All right, so you can always click on that in your notebooks. Okay, so we're going to talk about how we respond to stress in different ways. And today we're going to look at how snakes respond to the stress. And I know that not everyone loves snakes, so if you don't like snakes, maybe like put your computer a little bit farther away from you right now. But we're going to watch how this snake responds to stress. Let's see, hang on one second. I'm going to turn the sound on, and then I will be quiet. So I want you to think about, so some of you might have seen that coming, but for those that didn't see that coming, I want you to think about how your body responded to that moment. Like, how did your body respond to that? Did you jump? Did you did you get chills afterwards? Did you scream? So I had a few students in my classes that they screamed, they jumped. Someone brought up that they felt really like hot all of a sudden and then like super cool. And I definitely feel that way. Like my face will turn red and I'll get like this like flash of hot and then like definitely cool off in a second. And so maybe you felt that as well. And then, so in my class, we had a discussion about like, why do you think our bodies responded to this like instant stress? And because we can't have a discussion over a YouTube video, I will tell you that in my class, we talked about this like fight or flight response that we have. Students brought up that that's something that they've heard of before and that actually happens to them. So when when a stress happens to you really quickly, you go into your flight or fight mode, which means they're gonna fight the thing or you're gonna run away from the thing, right? Which is flight. And people brought up adrenaline, like your body experiences this like very quick dose of adrenaline, right? So all of a sudden you're really excited. And that leads us into talking about what adrenaline is. And adrenaline is a hormone. So your body gets this like really quick trigger stress, and then your body releases, as a way of defense, your body releases this hormone inside of you that causes you to respond in all these ways, such as jumping or such as like getting really warm all of a sudden, getting goosebumps, or your heart beating a lot faster. That is all because of a hormone. So today we're going to talk about how your body actually responds to stress by releasing different hormones that run throughout your entire body. All right. So to talk a little bit more about adrenaline, you're going to watch 2 videos, and it's going to be about adrenaline and then going to be one about hormones. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your notebook for week 5. You can find that in Google Classroom. And what you're going to do is both of these links are linked in your notebook. So you have your adrenaline link, which is a YouTube, and then you have your hormones, which is a BrainPop video. And to log into BrainPop, you have to use this username and password in your notebook. I will make this a little bit bigger. Just realize that maybe you can't quite see this. So what you're gonna do is as you watch the adrenaline video and the hormone video, you're gonna take 2 notes each. So you're gonna write down 2 facts that you learned about adrenaline here, and you're gonna write down 2 facts that you learn about hormones each. All right, each video is about 2.5 minutes long, so it should not take long. So if you want, you can pause the video and go ahead and do that, and then come back when you are done. So once the students were done watching the video, we had a little short discussion about what they learned. So for adrenaline, they brought up that adrenaline is this thing that is produced in your brain, in a portion of your brain called the hypothalamus. And when it is released, it actually, all sorts of things happen, such as like glucose being released. Glucose is sugar, which is energy. So your body actually releases all of this energy so you can deal with that stress, right? And adrenaline is a hormone. And so we also talked about like what hormones are, and students brought up that they were surprised, like hormones are in charge of all sorts of things in your body, and hormones are released by the endocrine system. And so the endocrine system is kind of like your digestive system or your cardiovascular system or your nervous system. It's just the system that is in charge of releasing hormones and regulating hormones, right? So we talked about that. And so then I told everyone that everyone who was in charge was going to become an expert on one hormone. And so I chose 4 different hormones. So if you're in my class and not in Mr. Chen's class, I flashed on the screen a list of all the different students in my class, and I assigned them to either cortisol, serotonin, oxytocin, or endorphins. And you may have heard of some of these hormones before. They might have come up in song lyrics or movies, or you've just heard of them. So what I want you to do is go to slide 4, and you'll see on slide 4, I'm going to zoom out so you get the big picture. You can see on slide 4, you are going to write in what hormone you are assigned to. And so then I want you to refer, in my notebook, I have your names all listed under one of the hormones. And so say, Indira, you're watching this video, Indira would write in serotonin here as the hormone that she is researching, because Indira is right here. Maybe you can't see because it's too small, but so basically what you're going to do is, now that you know which hormone you're going to be studying, you're going to go to the hormone article links. So you're going to read an article about this hormone, and then you're going to answer questions 1 through 4. Skip this question because it's about what your partner's name is. So in class, I put you guys in breakout groups and you read the article and then you went through the questions together. So you're just going to answer on your own. So depending, you're going to find a link in this green box. It's going to vary depending on what class you're in, but click on your class's link and it's going to take you directly to the page in your Google Classroom that has all of the assignments in. So you see all 4 of the hormone articles are in here, and I only want you to pick the one that you are studying. So like I just did Indira as an example. Indira would only open up serotonin and read this article. All right. So again, whenever we're reading scientific text, we want to remember the talking to the text strategy that we use to interact with the article. So you're gonna try to explain what you know about titles. If there's any pictures, I want you to try to explain them. If you have any vocab words that you don't quite know, so maybe nerve cells, that's something you don't know. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. You're like, nerve cells, what are nerve cells? Maybe you'd highlight it, you don't know what that is. Maybe you'd write questions next to things like, how does it impact my whole body? Maybe you want to connect the text to real life. and you say, oh, like this has happened to me before. Like my digestive system has felt weird when I feel super stressed. All right. And always remember to summarize. Okay. So you could leave comments this way, leave a comment, or you can highlight things or underline things if you need. So I want you to really interact with this text. All right. So once you've done that and answered the questions, I want you to make a Flipgrid. So let me back up. Now that you've answered all the questions and you know you're an expert on this hormone now, you know all of these new facts about this hormone. And so what's going to happen is for homework, I have students make a Flipgrid about their hormone or the hormone they were assigned. So basically you're going to be summarizing all of the stuff that you've learned about this hormone in a video. So what you're going to do is, hang on one second. So what you're going to do is you're going to be making a video that summarizes the hormone you have, and then you're going to submit it onto Flipgrid. So many of you have used Flipgrid before. The instructions are in your notebook. You're going to click on the link that takes you to the Flipgrid website. You're going to log in with your OUSD account, and you're going to see a page maybe similar to this. If you're in Mr. Trin's class, maybe you have a different page, but it should look similar to this. If you need an example of how to record, or like what to say, or like how do you even summarize, you can go ahead and look at my video. And so to summarize, you will basically go back into your notebook and just answer these questions, but in video form. So you'll say, my hormone is oxytocin, and it is produced in the adrenal glands. Its primary function is that it regulates blah, 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 blah. Okay. And so why am I making you do this? Well, so basically next class, in order for everyone in class to learn about all of the hormones, next class, you're going to be watching other classmates' videos in order to learn about that hormone that they are an expert on. So basically, by making this video, you are explaining to other students in class how your hormone works. Okay? So we'll worry about that next class. For my class, for your homework, my policy is if you could submit and unsubmit your notebook on Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you are done at Wednesday at 3 p.m. with your work, just go ahead and leave it submitted. But if you need more time, unsubmit it so that I know that you are working on it and I can mark you present. So make sure you do that by 3 p.m. This final submission date that your notebooks are due is Thursday at midnight for my class. So a lot of students told me that they need a little bit more time. And so I wanted to extend the dates to Thursday now. So make sure your slides are complete and make sure you finish your Flipgrid video summarizing your hormones. All right. So that is it. If you have any questions, please come to my office hours or get in touch with Mr. Trin.